Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and on today, episode number 324, we have an amazing house in Oak Cliff at 722 Tenaloma Court.
And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about 5 things I do to get ready for the winter and 5 things that Weston does at his house to get ready for the winter.
But before we do any of that, let's talk about what's happening with the news. There are a couple things that caught our attention, and the first one was in the Dallas Business Journal. And this one has actually a report that names the DFW as the top real estate market, and this is both for commercial and for home building.
And second year in a row.
It is a really great article, highlights a lot of indicators that you and I have talked about on the show, whether it's the number of Fortune 500 companies and headquarters that have relocated, diversity in the workplace, but it is a really great article.
It is. It's in the Dallas Business Journal, but the data is provided from the Land Institute and Price Coopers, which is a big accounting firm.
Yep. I thought what was interesting is that they talked about how they're taking care of both recruiting new companies but maintaining the existing ones, and that because of the diversity of our financial portfolio, for lack of a better term, job market, that we have the ability to be resilient and weather some of these cyclical storms that affect others. Like if you think about oil and gas, Houston's going to get hit, or tech, it's always going to be Austin. So this is interesting.
It is.
Very exciting news.
Great place to move if you're considering moving here.
Oh yeah, and if you are, let us know. So what else is going on, Jeff? You found this one. I loved it.
Get Thanksgiving dinner to go, whether it's for 4 or 20. We have a list of restaurants that you can. You certainly need to be making your reservation now, but I don't know how many places on there, but where you can go get your Thanksgiving dinner to go.
And I think it's great because it's a great. I would use it as an infill product. I did Central Market one time because it was just me and mom and dad. It was a great way because I did not want to cook all that. But also, what about Friendsgiving? I mean, this is a great way to back in a Friendsgiving and not everyone have to spend way too much time on a Thursday night.
I agree.
So, yeah, I'm down for that. And last but not least?
Is we want to encourage you to donate to the North Texas Food Bank. There are currently 1 in 6 North Texans are food insecure. And this is a really good way to support your neighbors. The North Texas Food Bank has been around for, probably 20 plus years. And just in this year alone, they've served 116 million meals.
This is really a great way. And given what's happening right now, this is just another way for us to help when we have so much to give back. So there's a link in the comments. Click and give as you can. So with that being done, let's talk a little bit about what has happened in the last 7 days in Dallas real estate.
It's kind of chaotic.
It is chaotic.
The numbers this time of year are always a little chaotic because you start blending into holidays, and there are people who take vacation off. We just had Veterans Day. Halloween happened a couple of weeks ago. Thanksgiving's coming up. It just kind of throws everything off. So everything looks down in the real estate market, although it's really not.
Well, another thing too is I want our viewers to remember that this is from all of Dallas County, but things can change so dramatically when we zero in on zip codes or we're looking at a specific elementary, feeder pattern. These things can make a complete difference and can tell 100% different stories. So take this with a grain of salt and just know that when you're looking, let us know so that we can really give you a more accurate picture.
And interest rates are up just a smidge, even though the Fed interest rate was lowered last week. The mortgage market takes that into account many times, and they actually get lower interest rates. Interest rates now are running at 6%-ish.
Yeah. So again, we'll see what happens. But this kind of is like the way it happens. December can get a little bit interesting. We've got some calls that have happened, so we'll see if the 1031 exchanges come through.
So let's talk about our house today. This is 722 Tenaloma Court. This is a really cool house in a wonderful location in Oak Cliff, just south of I-30 on Hampton Road.
It is one of those. We actually referenced the street. We didn't say the name 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were talking about Milam over in East Dallas. how there's another street in Oak Cliff where people want to live and they buy this house and they move to another house. This is that street. And it is a neighborhood that just loves itself so much. It's perfectly located. I like the fact that it's not too deep in Oak Cliff. It's right off of Hampton, which is I did it again, which is Inwood, and it really makes it going north so much easier. So if you're going to Parkland, UT Southwestern, this is an easy way to get across. Plus 30 is right there, so heading into Arlington, Fort Worth, we're going into downtown. This is all very simple.
If you're a traveler, Love Field is not very far away. DFW is kind of a hop, skip, and a jump. So you've got really good options from a location perspective.
So one of the things we also like to highlight is really like, I'm not from here, tell me what locals love. And so this is very specific to this area. And one of the things that has just recently happened in this area is the Sprouts grocery store chain has just opened, which is like 1.2 miles away, just to the north of here, which is a 5-minute walk. This is a great grocery store. It's in Kessler. And it really adds a layer for those people. I bet you dollars to donuts when people are commuting home, that parking lot is just a madhouse because this is one of the main commuting roads to come in and step off.
It's funny because there's a Tom Thumb that's about a half a mile south of here. But when you hear people talk about Oak Cliff, they're like, well, we really don't have any grocery stores. Well, that Tom Thumb's not a great Tom Thumb. But the fact they now have this Sprouts is, I mean, it's like a junior Whole Foods in the neighborhood.
It's such a catch for them. So this is a really great element over there. One of the other things too is Kid Springs Park is just around the corner from them. We're going to actually show you the events that they have. One of the things we want to point out is Kid Springs is selected by the Dallas Symphony to actually be on their studio or their tour,
park series,
the park series, where they perform free during the summer. And so it's a really great way. The community here comes together. There's a little water park, and I know from firsthand experience, there are at least 2 pickleball courts in this area. So it's a great way to get involved and get out.
It really is. The other thing that locals love is Bishop Arts District. And Bishop Arts District is a really great kind of urban environment where you have more modernized restaurants. You really kind of go from one end of the spectrum to the other because you've got something as simple as Hunky's Hamburgers right there, but then you also have fine dining in several restaurants that are available there, and it's everything in between.
Absolutely, and one of the great things in this neighborhood is called Written by the Seasons, which actually, when the Michelin star announcements came out, this actually received a recommendation. Also, over the weekend, what was Leon Bridges just copped a squat and started performing outside of Lockhart Barbecue on Saturday, and our clients Jeremy and Mark took pictures with him.
Crazy.
So
Never
there's
know who you're
always
gonna
something
meet.
going on in the cliff.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
So good.
So let's jump into the house and more about the house.
It's 722 Tenaloma. So from the outside of this house, this does not scream I'm 3,100 square feet, but it is every bit, and it is so well done. These homeowners took such great care in making sure that everything they did was the way that they wanted to live in the house. And let's start by talking about wallpaper and color.
Yeah, they're not afraid of color.
Which is great.
And it's done well. It's done very, very well. Sometimes when people use this much wallpaper, it's a little scary, but it was such a great selection, not just for the time period of the home, but also for all the other colors that they wanted to use.
Yeah, and so during this renovation process, there were things that they wanted to keep, like the arches and the way that it flowed from living room to dining room to kitchen. But then in a couple of other places, they actually reinterpreted the original master and brought it to life and made it where this house worked, in addition to bumping out and going up. And so one of the things that I really liked is the way that in this new way that the hallway opens up, they kept the arch, and it opens up to this really great bar. Now, when the homeowners were here and walking us around, we're like, what's the story behind this? And one of the things was that he wanted to have his man cave and wanted to have a bar. And so she was able to configure this so that it worked both with 2 living rooms, the dining room, but then also worked into his man cave. And I thought, this is a great idea. She also kind of scaled back that man cave, brought in the dark paneling, but didn't go like super in, like it didn't have like elephant skin paint or anything like that. It's just nice livable place.
Very warm. And this is what was originally an exterior porch on the front of the house that at some point had been converted and brought into the home. But she's using it, or they're using it, as a really great double office space.
I love the kitchen. It is perfectly proportioned. It may not be the largest kitchen, but it is a mighty kitchen. The way that they've used it, and that pantry is so IG, it's ridiculous.
Stainless steel appliances. This has a leathered
Countertop.
countertop. Are they granite or whatever? They're leathered and they're beautifully done. This is the small. I say small. This is the laundry room that's off the side of the house. It's big enough to have a sink, and it's big enough to have an extra refrigerator in it, so it's not small.
And it's so well thought out.
Yeah. There was a little small area there that was kind of a mudroom area that we didn't get to see. But as you come back into the house, this is an additional living space that's got a bathroom off of it, and this is that additional living space. Let's just call this the kids' playroom or performance studio.
There's a little stage there, and they say that on Sunday nights after dinner that the kids give them shows. But it's a really great holding space because you walk down the hall with that yellow wallpaper into the master. And as you can see here, like details that we're going to put up or talk about, these floors, the herringbone pattern on the floors is wonderful. They don't skimp. You're going to see that it's going to continue on. I like the fact that the closet is not in the main room, but yet you do have access to the patio out here. So this is a really usable in a way that you wouldn't expect here.
And I really like the way that what they've done with the wet area here, incorporating the tub inside the shower. They were talking about the fact that this makes it so easy with kids, where they basically put everybody in there together, turn the water on, start squirting the soap, and they're done all at the same time.
And the house, this bathroom was inspired by their trip to Morocco, and as you can see, it's a nice way to bring it together. Also, this is a one-of-a-kind closet. What a great way to display the wedding dress and the suit. This is just a smart use, and again, it makes it where you don't need to have a huge space.
This is another bedroom that's on the first floor. Then they've done a really smart job. They're using a tone of green and a tone of yellow that just go together beautifully. And then it all centers around this full bath with a big walk-in shower with yet another tone of tile that still just works beautifully.
So one of the things that continues throughout the house is the design element. And rather than just use balustrades, they've actually have this wooden pattern that starts on the bottom, comes all the way up. In the switchback space, there's also a chandelier.
And this is the girls' room upstairs, the pretty room, I think is what she called it. Really a great layout on it. Great big window there on the front where you get really great western light. This is the boys' bathroom upstairs. As you can tell, it's got a very nautical, very male feel to it. Double sinks, love the wallpaper again. And then this is the what they use as the boys' room. Bunk beds. As you can see, that little hatch on just above the top bunk bed, that goes up into this space, which is really a great kind of kids clubhouse, playroom, whatever. Super well lit. It's I think a great secure place for the kids to go play.
So one of the things too that I like to see is an indoor-outdoor space transition. And this is a great transition space. So it's screened in, allowing you to use it both in the winter and also in the summer without eating it alive. And it opens up to this really great dining space. And because of the way that it's situated on the house, this is going to be on the east side. So you're not going to get blasted by that west sun, which makes actually entertaining easy. One of the things that our clients across the street had was a little stock tank that was actually in the ground, and they actually replicated. That's back there in the corner. Again, additional decking, but there's also space for a playground. And when we pull back here, you can see there's tons of grass space still available on this house.
Very well used. The lot space was very well used, and I think the configuration of the house itself was very well done. So this is 722 Tenaloma Court. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, a little over 3,100 square foot home that is priced at $1,299,900.
So in the comments, you're going to see an actual link. Go ahead and click on that. take a look at it. You can see some of the photos that we didn't use on the other bathrooms. Zoom in and out on that map and get an idea of where it is. If it's something you'd like to see, let us know, and we'd be happy to make that happen. And we'd also like to say thank you so much to Kent Frederick for allowing us to feature this home.
Thank you, Ken.
Absolutely great home.
So next, let's talk about 5 things that you do to prepare for the winter and 5 things that I do to prepare for the winter as a homeowner.
So are we going to do it where I do all 5, or are we
Yeah.
going to do mine and then all 5
Go ahead,
me
go ahead
first?
and do all yours.
All 5 me first. Okay, so first thing that I do is I'm going to have my HVAC system done. We just had that done on Tuesday of this week. Got a big F on that. Apparently, Jason and I had miscommunicated. I thought he was changing the air filters. He thought I was changing the air filters. The air filter had not been changed since the tech came in the spring. So that was a little bit of a problem, but it's handled and taken care of. One of the things also is that when was the ice storm that froze the entire
I
state?
think it was like 18.
No, it was before COVID. It was after COVID
Okay.
because we were in the house, and we weren't in the house in 18.
Okay.
We were in the house in
Yeah.
20. So anyway, there's the huge apocalypse of ice that came. Oh, there was that cold one that was in 18, but this is the one that was more recent.
So
Anyway.
21.
21. Blew the water heater out. Water went everywhere. We were blessed that it went everywhere outside and not inside, but still it was expensive to get to like replace. So what you and I did was we took 1 inch insulation 4x8 panels of foam, cut them, and made an actual attachment that still allows it to exhaust and pull air in, but it keeps it warm. And I have never had a problem since.
I think that really made a difference on it.
It's ugly, but it works wonderful. And every year it comes down, goes into the attic, and it comes back out. I remetal the tape, put it up, lock it down. It's wonderful. OCD Jason has to have a net over the pool to catch all the fleas, which is a real pain in the butt. Anyway, that has to be done. One of the minor things is that all the ceiling fans get reversed so that it pulls the air, warm air down, pushes it so we don't have to heat and cool the house as much. What is the other one, Jeff? I forgot it.
Caulk your windows.
Oh gosh, because I haven't done that yet. So caulk the windows. There is a breeze in a couple of the rooms, and it is time just to run a bead of caulk. The caulk will actually be that darker black caulk that's like iron looking, and I will seal all the windows. That'll probably happen probably Sunday. Got some on Friday, but Sunday. Yeah. Tell us all about what you're gonna do.
One of the things that I do for the fall is I get up and clean all the gutters out, because
good.
over the course of the summer you get leaves and debris and sticks and stuff like that in it. As the tree leaves start coming down, they tend to get more and more clogged. This can create long-term problems for you, drainage problems at your house. It can ultimately create foundation problems.
Yep.
So the way I do it is I just get up on the roof with my leaf blower and I just walk down the edge of the roof and blow out the gutter. And I try to do it on Tuesdays or Wednesday morning, because the yard guys come Wednesday afternoon and then they pick it all up.
That makes
So
sense.
it's
Smarter, not harder.
Works for all of us. Number 2 is wrap exposed pipes. This can be mostly, in my case, it's primarily water faucets outside. So wherever you're connecting your hoses to, I've got a couple that come up out of the ground, about 9 inches out of the ground, that I have these insulated, I'm going to call them a sock, and I got them in Home Depot, but when I take them off in the spring, I put them all in the same place, and so when I need to put them on, I know where to go to get all of them, and you just slip them down on there and tie a little knot at the bottom. They work really, really well. Number 3 is do a visual test on the sprinkler system. This means running all of the zones on the sprinkler system, getting out in the yard, making sure you don't have any heads that are stuck in the ground, make sure you don't have any water leaks in your system anywhere. It's just a really good thing to do, because most people's sprinkler system runs way before they get up. Like mine goes off at 4:30 in the morning. So if I have a head that's blown off, I really wouldn't know it until 2 months down the road when my water bill's gotten outrageous. So really, it's a really important thing to do. Number 4 is I run my gas heater before it gets cold. And the reason that I do that is because over the course of the spring and the summer and the fall, that if you have a gas heater, that heat exchanger gets dust in it, it gets dirt in it, and the first time you run it, it's going to smell like your house is burning.
Yep.
So it's always better. I think it's better to do that, like late fall before the heaters are ever going to come on, because at the point you do want them to come on, if it's in the middle of the night, you're going to wake up and think your house is on fire. So definitely do that. Last of all, probably should be the number one, is find your hot water key. Find the hot water, the key that turns off your water at the water meter. There are 2 different types out there. Make sure you have the right one. Make sure you know where it is. Have it spray painted up on a big, part of the wall somewhere in bright pink, but always know where that is, because when you need it, seconds count.
Heck yeah.
So if you don't know which kind you have, you can go to Home Depot, and they have one that is made by Husky that's about $20, and it will serve both types of hot water, both types of water meters.
Water key. I'm going to make sure we have that. Well, have that. There we go. So anyway, lots of things on the list. We hope that these don't add too much to your honey-to-do list, but that they are kind of important to get ahead. And actually, we've got a couple of nice weekends on the forecast. This would be a great time to get out there and make that happen.
Really would. So if there's anything else you'd like for us to talk about, or any questions about other things to do in the winter, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer.
And just remember, we want to be realtors for life. Actually, I think that one